Coming up on this episode of World of TV, I have Saturday Night Live's return to the air for the first time in over a month, the New Amsterdam season finale, and we'll check back in with some good news with our friend John Krasinski. All this coming up and more on the World of TV. Recorded from his house, this is the World of TV, and now here's your host, Ralph Quidone. Hello and welcome back to another week of the World of TV. My name is Ralph Quidone. It's Thursday, April 16th, 2020. Now let's get to this week's headlines. SNL returned to the airwaves this week after almost a month's hiatus. The show was very different than any other show that the cast or crew have done before because the show was done from everybody's house. The host of the show was none other than legendary actor Tom Hanks, who you may know from about a month prior ago having the coronavirus down in Australia. He had this to say.
But now my wife and I we're doing fine, we're doing great, we're hunkered down like all of us should be.
Legendary actor and show favorite Alec Baldwin also returned via the phone this week to portray his character of Donald Trump talking about his ratings with the coronavirus.
Well, my approval rating is up. My TV ratings are through the roof. And every night at 7 p.m., all over New York claps and cheers for the great job I'm doing.
And as if that wasn't enough, Larry David came back onto the show to portray Bernie Sanders. As you all know, his campaign ended this week, and this is what they had to say.
As you know, I have suspended my presidential campaign. People have been very nice, asking how I'm doing, if I have enough toilet paper.
This week was the unexpected season finale of NBC's show New Amsterdam. The show was supposed to produce more episodes, but like every other show in today's day and age, got cut because of the coronavirus. However, they were in the news last week because an episode was supposed to air but got pushed back because the episode was about a pandemic and they didn't want that to be aired at this time. The producers are pushing it back to a later date, TBD. However, we did get to see a new character in the show. Dr. Kassin Shin, played by Daniel Day Kim, has his debut in this episode. He took over for Dr. Reynolds, who moved on to San Francisco to be with his wife. Here's a clip of Dr. Kim.
In case you haven't noticed, we have a full ED of patients who need your help. Where do you think you're going?
I always show up when I'm paged, but I only stay when I'm needed.
And now moving on to some good news, John Krasinski has done his biggest deed yet. While talking to a group of Boston nurses, he Skyped in David Ortiz, who gave them a surprise of a lifetime. Here's a clip.
The Red Sox are going to donate 4 tickets for life.
What?
That's right. He gave them Red Sox tickets for life. Him and the Red Sox donated tickets to all the nurses in the COVID-19 ward at that hospital. What a generous gift that they give him. But that's not all that the show did. They did something even bigger. Here's a clip.
Healthcare heroes this episode. AT&T reached out and asked how they could help. Having no idea what I was talking about, I said, maybe you could cover the cell phone bills of every nurse and doctor in America for a month. Their response? How about 3?
That's right. They're going to pay for all of the nurses and doctors in the United States phone bills for the next 90 days. What a generous gift. And we here at the World of TV would like to thank all of the frontline medical professionals for your courage, and you will not be forgotten. You know what that sound means. It's time for another one of Ralph's recommendation of the week. And this week's recommendation has to be one of my favorites, and it is none other than Hell's Kitchen with Chef Gordon Ramsay. I got into that show, it'd have to be almost 5 years ago, and I've been watching it ever since. Even though the show's not currently in production, you can still watch episodes of it on Amazon Prime. I really enjoy the show and highly recommend it. Welp, that just about does it for another episode of the World of TV. I do thank you so much for listening. On next week's episode, we'll give you another Ralph's recommendation of the week and talking about what's going on in the World of TV. I'm Ralph Quidone signing off. This has been a production of the World of TV starring Ralph Quidone. Written, produced, and edited by Ralph Quidone. All sounds courtesy of freesound.org. If you have any questions or would like to get in touch, my email is ralphquidone98@aol.com.